This is Justin Schulte from Southeastern Community College in Burlington, Iowa, and I'm here with Figured Out Baseball to talk about offensive philosophy. A little bit about our philosophy here at Southeastern, or my offensive philosophy as a head coach. It all starts with at bats, taking quality at bats. One thing at our level of baseball, I coached at the junior college level, obviously, and I've coached at the NAI level. In junior college baseball at my level last year, there was 122 teams that had their stats in the national website, and only 35 of those teams had a fielding percentage of 950 or above. So putting the ball in play consistently against teams that field under 950 is very, very prevalent in trying to win baseball games and create extra base runners, put pressure on teams that are average defenders. We think that's a very important thing here. One of our philosophies here is bad at-bats leads to bad baseball, leads to easy outs, leads to, you're even in the playing field if you're taking a lot of bad at-bats. If you're putting together good at-bats, eliminating strikeouts, you're giving yourself a chance to compete for 9 innings or 7 innings or whatever you're playing that particular game. So that's one of the big philosophies for us is just taking quality at bats. One thing we've done for a long time here, we've struck out at a very low clip for the most part in most years. I've been a head coach in college for 23 years, and we've played with a plus 600 walks and hit by pitches over strikeouts for the course of those 23 years, and that's something that we hang our hat on a yearly basis. We're a team that usually finishes low in our league in strikeouts, high in the country in hit by pitches, and that hit by pitch to walk ratio is usually a plus over the strikeouts on a yearly basis. So a lot of our philosophy starts there. We believe in an extreme two-strike hitting approach. Our guys are gonna choke up. They're gonna spread out. They're gonna get on top of the plate, and it's a mindset that it takes to be in the box with 2 strikes. It's a different mindset than how do I get to 2 strikes and how do I compete from here. Has to be the mindset of winning 1 pitch at a time, and you may still get out, but if you got to see an extra 4 pitches, it adds up over the course of 9 innings or 7 innings of getting to a team's bullpen and maybe seeing a lesser arm until they get to their closers. So that's something that we talk about a lot here. Base running is a big part of our offense as well, being a very high percentage base running team. Not making a lot of outs on the bases, not creating a lot of bad outs on the bases, understanding situations on the bases, understanding what the scoreboard's telling you on a consistent basis, the count, the score, what the tendencies have been for pitchers. Those type of things are very important for our guys to understand and learn as they're sitting in the dugout and not even on the bases, have knowledge before they get on first base. So those are some things that are preached here very, very often. We want to be the smartest team on the field, on the bases, and hopefully we can gain some outs from the other team on the defensive end, but on the offensive end we can't give away those outs. There's only 21 outs in a 7-inning game. There's only 27 outs, and if you give away 2 or 3 in a game, that's an inning. So things that are our guys hear a lot here. The other thing that is very important to us is just continuing to, throughout the course of a season, continuing to get stronger, create more bat speed. We've had years where we've hit a lot of home runs. We've had years where we haven't hit a ton of home runs, but on a yearly basis, we're usually averaging over 100 doubles a season, and extra bases are big in scoring runs as well. But quality at-bats lead to those things, and getting pitches you want to hit lead to those things, and that's the education process we want our guys to understand by the time they leave here. One more thing we think is important is the bunt game. I know that's something that can be a taboo in today's game with analytics and things, but we look at the bunt game as an aggressive part of the game. We spend a lot of time. Our practices are mainly geared towards drag bunting for hits. We don't spend a lot of time on the sacrifice bunt. We feel like if you can drag bunt and we ask you to sack in the 8th or 9th inning, that you can get that done. But we spend a lot of time, and we talk to our guys a lot about bunting is a winning mentality. You're looking for opportunities to bunt. You're looking for opportunities to get on base. If you're a really good runner, bunting should be very important to you. All of a sudden that guy with a 6.6 speed gets 10 drag bunts in a season. That adds up over the course of 56 games, and he's probably keeping himself in the lineup with that 300 average. So, but first and second situations, run around second situations, making that pitcher, third baseman, make a tough play that's putting pressure on him is a big deal, and that's something that we've talk a lot about in our program here of using the bunt as putting pressure on the opposing team and making them play fast. This is Justin Schulte once again, and I'm the head coach at Southeastern Community College. And check out my next videos. I touched on playing the scoreboard a little bit in my offensive talk, but I'll touch on that a little bit more in my next video.
Thanks for tuning in to Figure It Out Baseball. If you're watching on the figureitoutbaseball.com website, I hope you check out the Figure It Out Baseball store and grab yourself some gear to help support this totally free resource. If you're watching on YouTube, please remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you keep up with all the cool stuff that we're doing. For you podcast listeners, we've also got our podcast now available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. Figure It Out Baseball, the home of hundreds of free videos from dozens of college and professional coaches and specialists from great schools like this. So tell your friends about figureitoutbaseball.com, the world's #1 online coaching tool.